sure did pay a price. I lost a few hours of my life watching this movie. Welcome back to the channel. This is Blood Popcorn. I'm Robbie Hollywood. Welcome back. If you haven't been here before, just click subscribe and like, and we're just going to do movie reviews the way we see them, the way we want to tell the story of what we just watched. Alright, what I just watched. So from the director of Midnight Train comes the gripping thriller starring the Into the Wild guy and Stephen Dorff, an 80s icon basically. After an intense hold-up at a pawn shop, Grace is taken hostage by the thieves, forced to take refuge on a remote farmhouse late at night. They discover a secret dungeon with evidence of sadistic violence, and when grandfather comes home, all hell breaks loose, baby! Can Grace muster the courage to escape the gut-wrenching fates that befall her criminal companions? Well, I'm going to give you spoilers and I'm going to tell you exactly what happens during this movie. And maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I was too harsh in the opening comments. Maybe I did not have a price to pay and waste my time, because now when I think about it a little bit more, this wasn't too bad, and it was better than Knock at the Cabin. Now, I wrote notes for this one, so I'm going to go through the whole goddamn movie. Spoiler alert. So we start off with a scared hooker in a bathroom. She is very scared, out in the middle of nowhere. Hookers, you need to go to better places like nightclub strips, or dance clubs, or an actual prostitution place. Red light district, not a dirty old hillbilly bathroom. Did I just say bathroom? Bathroom. So you don't see the killer, but it's a big shadow of a killer, and pow! He shoots a dart in that prostitute's leg, and hooker, you're going to sleep, girl. So we've got Stephen Dorff, who looks like he's a 80s star, and he's basically like a budget Luke Perry. He'll never watch this, so he will never hear this. And then we've got this other guy who was in Into the Wild. I'll just call him Into the Wild guy. Makes it a lot easier because everyone's seen Into the Wild. So the pawn shop robbery goes very, very wrong. Don't know why you would rob a pawn shop. It's basically a cash converters for Australia. But the pawn shop robbery goes so wrong. So the criminals leave and they take a hostage and they make her drive. You drive, girl. You drive to where we tell you. Now the cops know that they are on the loose and they are driving. This is the part that really pisses me off. I'm going to draw a diagram of Into the Wild guy and budget Luke Perry. They're driving along and they see a roadblock up ahead, and how dumb are the cops? They've done it a couple of 100 meters behind where there's a little side dirt track. They turn left or right, whatever the fuck way they go, and they go down the dirt track, and the coppers don't even see them. Now, come on, coppers, wouldn't you put your roadblock in front of that damn track, man? So they run out of petrol and they go up to this farm. They find a farm. They see this young boy working in the barns, and they say, can we rent one of the barn rooms up there? Basically cabin. And can we go knock at the cabin? Can we go knock at that cabin? Now the kid is acting all funny. He says you can stay up there for a little while until grandpa comes home, because grandpa ain't gonna be happy. So at this stage, you know something is gonna go wrong, which is great. That's what we want. We want to see some of these guys die. Well, I did anyway. Now, there was a bullet removal scene in the hotel cabin, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was the biggest Rambo ripoff I've ever seen. It was so budget, it was actually laughable, and you need to see it. Into the Wild guy goes looking in the barn, and he finds a door that leads underground with a red light in it. And you know, when you see a door in the ground with a red light in it, that could be the hooker. That could be the red light district underground of hillbilly bitches. Get your ass down there and do some hillbilly girls. Now he sees jail cells, and then he sees that young kid mopping up some blood. He pulls a gun on that kid. And he don't give no shits. But the kid tries to warn him. Don't do this, man. Don't do this, man. Now remember, this is a budget movie. Now the truck pulls up home, and it's grandpa and some big big person you cannot see, so we know that is kind of the killer monster. They pull a body, and they're bringing the body in a and they bring the body into the barn. And at this stage, it's actually keeping me interested, and I want to see what is going to happen. It actually is, up to this point, a pretty good movie. Up to this point, it's a budget 7 out of 10. A budget 7 out of 10. So we find out Grandpa is the monster guy from the start, and he shoots budget Luke Perry with a dart. So the Into the Wild guy accidentally shoots the hooker prostitute dead. Oopsie! But he knew there was going to be some hookers down there because it was a red light. And then he meets the monster. We get to see the monster, and it's pretty cool. The monster is not bad at all. But Grandpa gets whacked with an electric bat, and that is fucking funny. And at this stage, we figure it out, and we find out that the monster is actually a female. It's just a big female monster. She's just doing what Grandpa tells her. So all 4 of them get tied up like Hostel. It's like a Hostel moment if you've seen Hostel. Into the Wild guy gets his eyes removed, which is a fucking awesome scene. That looked fucking cool as shit. But there's this one scene where they pour some acid, and they're not wearing any gloves. Their hands aren't burning. Their hands aren't burning, and they're pouring acid. That is losing a few points for me. That was a bit stupid. So it's like stealing organs from the healthy and giving them to the poor, I guess. That's their motto of what they're doing. That's the gist I got of it. So Monster Lady has some fun. She's having some fun and games now. She's playing with them. After Into the Wild guy's eyes are gone, she finishes him off, and the eye holes look fake as fuck. But the slit throat looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, that slit throat. Then Grandpa opens up budget Luke Perry, cuts him right open. And the hostage that drove them, she's cut herself free now, so she is escaping. This is where it gets really budget and bad, all from this scene here. They just went a bit crazy. Now, Grandpa's death was pretty fucking cool. His head explodes from an oxygen tank. That looked fucking sweet. And she wears like a Hannibal Lecter mask, which is just budget and lame as fuck. Now, the monster kills budget Luke Perry. Sorry, budget Luke. And that was a lame ass kill. That was absolutely lame ass kill. But the kid and the hostage escape and pour some acid on the monster lady. But she survives. Of course she survives. Of course she survives. And how she can't get away with a mutant with no eyes. They shoot her with 5 darts, and it's pathetic. They have barbed wire on her, and they still can't kill her. But the death scene is pretty brutal. The death scene is beautiful. An absolute beautiful kill. And the kid and the hostage survive. So Into the Wild guy and budget Luke Perry, main stars, dead. In the end, my opinion, not bad movie, but not good either. Death scenes, pretty fucking damn good, except for a few. The story was basic, which I liked. I liked the basic story, and it was fine, and it was predictable. But once they got down in the cellar, man. Look, Dorff was the best. Stephen Dorff was the best. He was actually pretty damn good. He's always been good from his 80s movies. An hour and a half was long enough. Any more than that, I would have said, fuck this shit, and I would have wanted to turn it off. But apart from that, good effort. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. It gets 5 out of 10 for me, and that's being generous, but because I gave Knock at the Cabin 5 out of 10, this one at least has to get 5 out of 10 as well, because it was way better than Knock at the Cabin, but it was still budget as shit. Thanks guys for watching. This is my movie review channel. I'm going to come back with some more horror movies, maybe some normal movies too. Whatever we watch, we'll do a review on. And it's a new channel, so there's only a couple of content on here. So like, subscribe, and say hi to your mum for me, because I'm going to be back, and I bet you she'll be watching too. See you next time.